You probably think of chocolate as a guilty pleasure, sweet, comforting, indulgent. But what if I told you this innocent treat has a dark, ancient past, rooted in rituals, riches, and human suffering? Before it melted into candy bars and Valentine's hearts, chocolate was sacred, bitter, and brewed for kings and warriors. It once fueled empires, and today it still fuels an industry with a price most of us never see. If you can't imagine life without chocolate, you're lucky you weren't born before the 16th century. Back then, chocolate wasn't a snack. It wasn't sweet, and it certainly wasn't for everyone. For thousands of years, chocolate existed only in Mesoamerica, home to the Maya and Aztecs, where it was consumed not as a dessert, but as a ritual drink of power and reverence. As far back as 1900 BCE, people in this region learned to harvest the cacao tree. They roasted and ground the beans, mixing them with cornmeal, chili peppers, and water, creating a frothy, bitter concoction unlike anything you've ever tasted. Not a cozy cup of hot cocoa, but a sharp, energizing brew meant to awaken the body and stir the soul. But this wasn't just a drink, it was divine. The Maya believed cacao was a gift from the gods, brought to earth by a feathered serpent deity, Kukulkan to them, Quetzalcoatl to the Aztecs. Cacao was so valuable, it became currency. You could literally pay taxes in cacao beans. Aztec nobility drank it at feasts, soldiers received it as a reward, and priests used it in sacred ceremonies. Everything changed in 1519 when Hernán Cortés arrived in the Aztec capital, Tenochtitlan. There, Emperor Moctezuma greeted him with golden cups filled with cacao, 50 of them, according to Cortés's men. When the Spanish returned home, they brought cacao with them, along with sensational tales of exotic rituals. To the European elite, this new drink was strange, exotic, and rumored to be an aphrodisiac. Initially, chocolate's bitter flavor made it a medicine for ailments like indigestion. But once sweetened with honey, sugar, or vanilla, it exploded in popularity among Spanish aristocrats. Suddenly, chocolate was fashionable, served in ornate cups, in homes that had entire rooms dedicated to preparing it. But there was a problem. Producing chocolate was slow, labor-intensive, and demand was skyrocketing. The solution? Plantations and slavery. Cacao trees were cultivated in the Caribbean and on West African islands, using enslaved laborers brought across the Atlantic. Then, in 1828, a major breakthrough changed chocolate forever. Dutch chemist Coenraad van Houten invented the cocoa press. This machine separated cocoa's fat, cocoa butter, from its solids, leaving behind a powder that could be mixed easily into drinks or recombined to form solid chocolate. Not long after, a Swiss chocolatier, Daniel Peter, added powdered milk to the mix, creating the world's first milk chocolate. By the 20th century, chocolate wasn't just for royalty, it was mass-produced for the public. But that came at a cost. Cacao only grows in hot, humid climates near the equator, so cocoa production shifted to West Africa, where conditions were ripe and labor was cheap. Today, nations like Côte d'Ivoire produce over 40% of the world's cocoa. But in many regions, cacao farming still relies on child labor, indentured workers, and modern slavery. As of 2015, over 2 million children were estimated to be working on cocoa plantations in West Africa, often in unsafe, grueling conditions. Despite promises from major chocolate companies, efforts to eliminate these abuses have been slow and largely ineffective. And yet, chocolate remains one of the world's most cherished indulgences. Its image, still seductive, luxurious, and a little bit forbidden. This reputation, shaped by centuries of myth, advertising, and colonial legacy, masks a much darker reality. So the next time you break off a piece of your favorite bar, remember, you're tasting not just sweetness, but a rich, complicated legacy of gods, gold, and ghosts, because not everything about chocolate is sweet. This has been the Dusty Ledger, where forgotten stories leave a mark that never fades. Until next time, keep your hands clean and your history dirty.